Hi, guys. Hey. So, 2 weeks left, right? Not counting today, 2 weeks. Am I correct? Hello. Yes. Okay. You should be pretty close to being done. If you need something to spur you on, you can turn in your final, which we'll go over again today, on the last day of class and be done with this class and not have to worry about anything for it while you're doing the rest of your finals. I highly suggest that you consider that, because then you don't have to be stressed about this one. You can get it taken care of.
So when you say final, you mean like final draft?
What you're going to do, yeah, okay, so I guess I will go into what it is. So if you'll remember, there's basically 3 parts to your final, correct? Right? There is your self-evaluation sheet. This is a physical sheet, the one I handed you, or if you lost it, one that you have been writing the whole time and totally not making up. You got to be honest on this thing. You're at the Lord's University. Don't make it up. Give me your self-evaluation sheet, all right? This is how often you turn things in on time and how often you read everyone's submissions. Number 2, you can then email me. You don't have to print it off. You can print it off if you feel like it, but you can email me 2,000 words, which is about a double submission, of polished prose, which I am going to give you a final review on, meaning I'll write out a few paragraphs. This will let you show me something that's really polished, so that then, a lot of times when we're in the writing groups, we are giving you some of the same comments. It's like, oh, you overwrite this. Oh, your dialogue is a little clunky. And you're thinking, yeah, but I'm writing this so fast. Of course it is. It's your chance to do something that you think is pristine and then get an evaluation from me on it, okay? This is probably the reason why you're taking the class, all right? Is to get that. So you turn that in. I will grade this qualitatively. Everything else is quantitative. Did you do it or not? But your grade is mostly based on this. And on this one, you will then attach as a document in an email to me 30,000 words, which I am just going to look at and say, yep, that adds up to 30,000. And it doesn't look like they repeated the word the for 17 pages. So they did it, okay?
Can the 2,000 words be in addition to the 30,000 words, or do they have to be part of the 30,000?
I would prefer they're part of, but if there's something else you really want my critique on, go ahead and submit that. That's fine. My preference is, honestly, that you're giving me the first 2,000 words, the opening, or at least the opening of a character sequence, because the idea is that I want to read this like an editor or a new reader, that you're trying to sell this to, so that I can give you the honest evaluation. Like if you give me the big climactic scene at the end, my advice to you is going to be much worse than if you give me the beginning, because the beginning I can read like an editor and say, this is how likely I am to put this down. Here's what you're doing really well and what's grabbing my attention, that sort of stuff. Here's what's boring me. That's the most important stuff for you to have. So try and give me what you would want a new reader to be reading.
With that in mind, do editors generally start at chapter 1, or do they start at a prologue if there is one?
They will start with whatever begins it. Okay. So if the prologue is weaker than chapter 1, maybe you don't want to have a prologue for your story. And you can submit me chapter 1 and say, I'm cutting the prologue. But, it doesn't have to be the chapter 1 of what you wrote. It's the first chapter of revised, where you're going to be. Does that make sense?
And it's at least 30,000, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you just attach the thing and send it to me. And basically, I'm going to say how many words, and you just go ahead and, write in your email, if you would, how many you got. So I don't have to add it, please. So let's go ahead and put this in here. So I forgot to do this one year, and then I had to open everyone's file. And I would just rather have this, and then I can check. So tell me how much you got.